US and Iran have exchanged fresh military strikes after the ceasefire was declared over. This escalation risks a full-scale war that could destabilize global energy markets and ignite a wider conflict. We break down the triggers of these attacks and what happens next. Tensions between two major world powers have been escalating for weeks, with a series of attacks and retaliations sparking fears of a larger conflict. The situation began to deteriorate after a drone strike killed a top military leader, prompting a series of reprisal attacks. Since then, the two sides have engaged in a back-and-forth exchange of strikes, with each side vowing to respond to the other's aggression. The US and Iran have exchanged a series of intense strikes, signaling a sharp escalation in hostilities. This surge follows a statement from Donald Trump, who suggested the previous ceasefire is now over. US forces have renewed strikes, specifically targeting the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In response, Iran has vowed retaliation, with reports indicating a rise in attacks on oil tankers. Military analysts warn that targeting commercial shipping risks overplaying Iran's hand, potentially inviting a larger US response. With the ceasefire stalled and diplomatic channels frozen, both nations have shifted back to direct military engagement, leaving the region in a state of high alert. This escalation marks a critical shift from diplomatic tension to active warfare. The collapse of the ceasefire means the risk of a full-scale regional conflict is now a reality. With tanker attacks increasing, global economic stability is the immediate casualty. Watch for how energy markets react and whether these strikes trigger a wider cycle of retaliation. If the cycle continues, the pressure on global shipping lanes will intensify, driving up costs for consumers worldwide. The key question now is whether this is a calculated show of force or the start of a prolonged war. The ceasefire is over and strikes have resumed. With tensions peaking, the risk of a wider conflict is now a reality. Do you believe diplomacy is still an option, or is this escalation inevitable? Subscribe for the latest updates as this story develops.